Here's a problem every finance and business creator hits eventually. Your analysis is solid, your research is thorough, you know the topic better than most people on the internet, but you sit down to record, and the final video looks exactly like what it is. One person talking at a camera with a plain background, no motion graphics, no data visualizations, no production value. And in a world where the competition is publishing videos that look like they came out of a broadcast studio, solid analysis delivered plainly is not enough to hold an audience. I spent the better part of 6 months trying to fix this with traditional tools: Premiere Pro, After Effects, stock footage subscriptions, freelance editors. The output improved. The cost and time went through the roof. I was spending more time producing than thinking. And for a finance creator, that's completely backwards. The thinking is the product. Then I found VizNow AI. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what it does, how the full workflow runs, and why it's become the tool I use for every video I now publish. This is a complete walkthrough: topic ideation, script polishing, post-production, all 3 modules, start to finish. Go to VizNow.ai. VizNow describes itself as a visual narrative agent, and the distinction matters. This is not an AI video generator that creates footage from scratch. This is a post-production and pre-production intelligence layer built specifically for talking head creators. Here's the core value proposition. You record yourself talking, you upload that footage. VizNow analyzes your script, maps every narrative beat to a matching visual. Motion graphics, data charts, kinetic typography, semantic highlights, 3D data canvases, and outputs a finished studio-grade video. No After Effects, no editor, no stock footage hunting. For finance and business creators specifically, the asset library is worth pausing on. VizNow includes 3D data charts, K-line financial canvases, geopolitical maps, structural blueprints, topographic overlays, the kind of visuals that normally require a dedicated motion graphics designer to produce. They're built in. You're not templating or filtering. The AI is mapping them semantically to what you're actually saying. This is built for people who have expertise worth sharing and don't want the production side to become a second full-time job. Let's open the app at app.viznow.ai and start from scratch, the way you would when you're planning a new video. Click into the topic ideation module. This is where VizNow functions as a trend analyst. It scans global search trends and social signals across your niche to surface high-potential topic directions. For a finance creator, this means you're not just guessing what your audience wants to watch. You're looking at what's actually moving in the market right now. I'm going to search for topics around interest rates and consumer debt, a theme I've been tracking. VizNow returns a ranked list of topic angles with estimated audience demand and engagement potential. Not just interest rates broadly, it's surfacing specific angles like how rising rates are silently killing middle-class savings, or the credit card debt trap, what the banks aren't telling you. These are titles that already have hook logic built in. They tell the viewer why this matters to them before they even click. For a finance channel where the goal is explaining complex mechanisms in a way that creates urgency, this kind of framing is half the work of a good video. VizNow is doing that ideation analysis in seconds. Pick the angle that resonates, and VizNow will generate a structural outline, section by section, with suggested narrative beats, data points to support each claim, and a recommended pacing structure. That becomes my starting blueprint for the script. Now let's say you already have a draft, or you've taken the outline and written it up. This is where the script polish module comes in. Paste your script into the editor. VizNow analyzes your draft at a structural level. It's not just checking grammar or suggesting synonyms, it's reading narrative pacing, hook strength, logical flow, and retention risk points. For finance content, where the challenge is often holding a non-expert audience through complex mechanics, this is genuinely useful. Look at what it flags. My opening paragraph was burying the stakes. I was explaining the mechanism before giving the viewer a reason to care. VizNow flags this and suggests reordering the opening to lead with the consequence, what this means for your savings account, before explaining the cause. That's the difference between a viewer staying through the first 90 seconds and clicking away. It also maps the script to a visual blueprint automatically. As you scroll through your script in the editor, you can see where VizNow is planning to insert motion graphics, where semantic highlights will emphasize key financial terms, where data charts will appear to support specific claims. The script and the post-production plan are being built simultaneously. You're not writing and then thinking about visuals separately. The visual narrative is being designed alongside the text. If you want to adjust anything, you can do it through chat. Type, sharpen the hook in the opening section, make the threat to savings more immediate. VizNow rewrites that section. Type, add a data visualization moment when I explain the debt-to-income ratio. It marks that beat in the blueprint and cues the appropriate asset. This is the co-writer dynamic. You're directing, it's executing. This is the module that changes the output most visibly. Upload your raw talking head footage. For this walkthrough, I'm uploading a 10-minute recording, one camera, decent lighting, no graphics, no B-roll. The kind of footage most solo creators have. VizNow analyzes the footage against the script blueprint. It identifies narrative beats, pacing rhythms, and semantic keywords in the audio. Then it starts building the visual layer on top. Watch what happens to the section where I explain how compound interest works against a borrower over time. VizNow inserts an animated 3D data chart, the kind with smooth weighted motion that reads as premium and intentional, not templated. The numbers build on screen as I'm speaking them. The timing is synced to my speech cadence, not just dropped in at a fixed interval. When I hit a key claim, the average American household is now paying more in interest than they spend on groceries. VizNow fires a semantic highlight. The key phrase appears on screen in kinetic typography. Bold, time to my emphasis. The visual is not decorating what I'm saying, it's amplifying it. This is the retention mechanic. The viewer's eye has something to lock onto at exactly the moment the most important information is being delivered. For the section on historical rate cycles, a timeline graphic appears. Clean, editorial. The kind of thing you'd see in a Bloomberg feature. Not stock imagery, not a generic chart. A contextually accurate data visualization built around the specific numbers in my script. Once the initial post-production pass is done, you have two ways to refine the output: chat-based direction and manual controls, and both matter. In director mode, type your adjustments as natural language commands. Make the debt chart appear 10 seconds earlier. I want it on screen when I first mention the number. Done.
After the prompt, you can compare the final video.
Change the typography style on the semantic highlights to something more editorial, less aggressive. Done. Replace the timeline graphic in section 3 with a bar chart comparison. I want to show the rate differential more clearly. Done. This is the part of the workflow that feels genuinely different from traditional editing. You're not dragging keyframes. You're not hunting through asset libraries. You're describing what you want in the same language you'd use to brief a motion graphics designer. And it executes. The chat interface means you can iterate fast without a technical skill gap slowing you down. Here's the honest assessment. The output quality is genuinely at a different level than what a solo creator can produce with standard tools in the same time frame. The motion graphics read as editorial and intentional. The data visualizations have production weight. The semantic highlights are timed well enough that they feel like creative decisions, not automation. The cheap AI look that's become a legitimate concern for creators thinking about AI production tools, VizNow doesn't have it. The aesthetic is closer to what you'd expect from a financial news outlet than from a templated video tool. For a finance or business creator whose audience holds production standards to a higher bar than entertainment niches, that distinction matters. VizNow is free to start.
New users now automatically receive 100 credits upon successful registration.
Use the invite code in my description and you'll get 500 free points. Enough to put 2 to 3 full videos through the complete workflow. That's enough to run your own honest test on footage you've already recorded and see what the output looks like before committing to anything. Go to app.viznow.ai. Link is in the description, along with the invite code. If you're a finance or business creator spending more time on production than on the thinking that makes your content worth watching, this is the tool worth testing first. Nasyam. The workflow I showed you today, ideation through trend analysis, script polish with narrative intelligence, post-production through semantic visual mapping. That's a complete production pipeline that used to require a team and a budget. VizNow compresses it into a solo workflow that runs in a fraction of the time. Your analysis is the asset. Your perspective is what the audience is coming for. The production should serve that, not compete with your time to produce it. That's the case VizNow makes, and in my experience, it delivers on it. Link in the description. Invite code pinned in the comments. Go test it on your next video.